This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by nhliberty.org.
Another avalanche of New Hampshire Liberty news. More stories than I can keep track of, but here's a quick summary. New Hampshire activists say they and others have successfully defeated an attempt to impose a seatbelt law on New Hampshireites. This one went right down to the wire. It got all the way to the full Senate, or at least to a Senate committee, but it's apparently been voted down. This may have been the high water mark for the seatbelt attempt, the seatbelt law attempt in New Hampshire. It may never get any better than this for the seatbelt law advocates. By the time the next session rolls around, it's expected that Democrat influence in the House will be on the wane, and pro-liberty influence should be up by roughly 20%. Not necessarily inside the House itself, but just in the state at large. Jailed marijuana rights advocate Andrew Carroll is expected to be released today. Carroll openly possessed a small quantity of marijuana in Keene back in January. He was arrested for it promptly and has served 9 days in jail. He's trying to draw attention to what he calls the immorality of marijuana laws. Most New Hampshire liberty activists are celebrating the passage of a gay marriage law in New Hampshire. However, I haven't been paying real close attention to it, and I do have some concerns. I'm wondering if there is a fiscal impact statement on the bill, if there's any sense as to whether it's going to increase expenditures. I'd like to know how much it's going to increase expenditures, if it does, at the state and local level. I want to know if it's going to increase government's power. I do think this success, perceived success for the liberty movement, will grow the power of the liberty movement. I'm glad for that. But I wouldn't be supportive of any expanded spending or expanded mandates on businesses. Also, the Free Staters' popular web forum at nhfree.com has lifted the ban on political organizing, as well as bans on all posters who are not spammers. Politically oriented pro-liberty activists have been pouring back into the forum, or at least trickling back in. nhfree.com was once New Hampshire's most active web forum, but it suffered a dramatic drop in traffic after banning politics. Maybe I should say banning political organizing. It remains fairly active, but it's less active than the Free State Project website. Used to be more active, now it's less active. It's kind of interesting because the Free State Project website once sort of strongly discouraged organizing PR events on its website, like the UN flag burn back in 2004. And that cost them a lot of traffic and moved a bunch of traffic to the newly formed nhfree.com. Now there's been sort of a role reversal, and now there's been a reversal of the role reversal, as political traffic is now welcomed back into nhfree.com. During the ban period, however, a new web forum sprung up at nhliberty.org, and that is still probably the best place to do political organizing for liberty in New Hampshire. Today, Ridley signing off for RidleyReport.com this June 10th, 2009.
Is it safe to assume that you won't be corresponding with Homeland Security again?
That's Dave Minson from the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance, meeting with New Hampshire's governor, fighting Real ID. He's just one of many hundreds who've joined the feisty alliance and are making their mark on state government. Don't let these folks have all the fun. Do what I did. Join the alliance and help us keep the State House in check. nhliberty.org